Hey y'all, welcome to Pink Shade. It's Monday, and that means I'm here with Keisha to talk about Love During Lockup. This episode is season 4, episode 5, or episode 45, Spies and Lies.
And people, they have been having a difficult time finding the episodes. Like, especially
Yeah.
some people that do like YouTube TV, they couldn't find Friday's show because
Right.
of the numbering. It was
Right.
all screwed up. I'm like,
Yeah, and then if you go to WeTV.com or whatever, and then you look it up and it shows it to you and it says season 4, episode 1, which starts with um, Justine and Montana Mills.
okay.
Okay, so then that goes to whatever, episode 10 or whatever it was. And then it starts over with this season and it says season 4, episode 41. So I get what they're doing. They're doing it like second part of season 4, episode 1. So
We
that's
don't
why
need all that.
sometimes when I see it on the screeners, it'll say season 4F, episode 5. And I'm like, what's the F for?
They're
Fuckery?
making, yeah, exactly. They're making something so complicated for a very kind of like not complicated show.
Yeah. That's putting
I
it mildly.
mean, come on. Pretend like you're talking to one of the inmates. You gotta dumb down that numbering of the episodes for us a little bit. Like, come on.
Yeah. So let me talk about what's happening on the show this week. Because if you're hearing this, if you're within the sound of my voice, I'm actually in Denver at Podcast Movement Conference. I'm at that
She's big time,
conference.
y'all.
Oh
She's
yeah.
big time.
Oh yeah. I'm at that
Yeah.
conference with Jake and Matt and Chris and Wah of DocuSweeties. And I'm going to be on not one, but 2 panels.
Look at you.
I'm going to be on a panel about when reality hits or something like that. It's like how
Okay.
to make a podcast about an already ravenous reality base. So like if you start a podcast about a show that's already got a ravenous fan base, how do you do that? That's the first panel I'm on with
Okay.
Jake and Matt and Chris and Wah. And then the other panel I'm on, I got kind of put on accidentally because they really wanted Ingrid, but they got me because she's not going. It's something about, it's with a Spreaker panel, which is our platform that we use for programmatic ads. It's where we put the podcast and then it goes out to the world. It's Spreaker.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about programmatic ads. Now, I told them I'm very happy to sit on this panel. I'll put on a cute outfit. I'll put on some mascara. I'll do it. But you better make sure it's not too technical because I need it to just be give me
Just
the
smile and
questions.
nod and look cute.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Give me the questions that are not technical.
Yeah.
And if you throw it my way, I'll just go, I don't know. I have a producer. I don't know.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Perfect answer right there. I have a producer. Yes.
So I'm on these 2 panels. I'm excited. I'm going to meet with Tom of Companion Cast, who is our advertising platform network. And he's got a lot of great podcasts on his network. He's got Sarah Colonna's podcast. He's got Dylan and Pat from another podcast network. Lots of people. Oh, he's even got Brandy Glanville on his network. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, he does have some good shows under him. He does.
He does. So I'm going to meet up with Tom and I think I might sit by the pool. It's literally going to be like 100 degrees in Denver.
It's hot there right now.
Isn't that wild? Because it's not hot here right now.
Well, Texas is the hottest part of the country right now.
Of course.
We're in hell.
Yes, and have been for months.
Yes.
Months.
Mary Payne, we're not safe. Send help.
What?
Please send help.
What? I sent you a fan. Did you get it?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
But I need like one of those huge ones that like Beyonce uses to do, like her hair porn during her performances. I need one of those. It's disgusting out
You
here.
need a Kathy Hilton fan is what you need. Like a big box fan that she carries with her everywhere.
Send us ice cubes and all kinds of we're not safe.
You getting a break from it soon? Have they said like breaking the temperatures coming up next week?
Absolutely not. A break in the temperatures here right now is 98 degrees.
Girl.
I know.
That's rough. It's rough. Well, just run from your car to your house is all I can say.
That's what we do.
From AC to AC.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Well, let's talk about some of these people on this show. I will say I was listening to something over the weekend. Queen of the Con. So that's actually what I started out to
Love
say.
it.
So,
Love it. Love it. Love it.
so on Monday, you're hearing Mary Payne and Keisha talking about Love During Lockup. On
Mhm.
Tuesday, you'll hear me talking with Kimberly about Before the 90 Days. Thursday, you're going to hear my interview with Jonathan Walton
Oh,
and Emily D. Baker of Queen of the Con.
I gotta hear it. I'm obsessed. I have been obsessed since season 1 of their
It's
show.
Yes, it's really, really good because when it was
Mhm.
Jonathan's story in season
Oh, it
1,
was
yeah,
so juicy. I mean, that shit was. I was like, don't talk to me. I'm listening to this podcast. I would listen to it in the bathtub, on the toilet, while I was driving, everything.
yes,
Mesmerizing.
yeah.
Such a good podcast.
Yeah, and so this is their 4th season, they're doing it about Jen Shaw. So I had an
Mhm.
interview with them, that'll come out on Thursday, and if you wanna see the video of that with me and Jonathan and Emily D. Baker, you can head on over to Supercast or Patreon, and the video will be there. That
Yes.
is what is happening. I'll be back with Amy for Hey Bunky over the weekend, that'll be back to normal scheduling, but a lot of this I'm pre-taping so I could go on this trip to Podcast Movement, and I'm going to this hotel, I want y'all to look it up. It's called the Gaylord Rockies. And it's
Okay.
literally the pool is like water slides and mountains and lazy rivers. And I was like, okay, good. That's where my ass will be
Nice.
because it's going to be 100 degrees there.
I
Yeah.
want to see you take like an Elle Woods swim.
What?
I can't get
What?
my S words right because I'm full of shit. Um, Pool videos, like when she's doing her application for Harvard, her video submission.
Oh,
I want you
uh-huh.
in a
Right.
sparkly bikini,
Hmm.
high
Sure.
ponytail on the
Sure.
float. I
Hmm.
I want to see it. I'm gonna
Okay.
be
Well,
waiting.
there'll be no bikinis on this in my suitcase. There will be a conservative tankini for this lady and a big moo and some Birkenstocks. And that's
Girl, you
what
better
that's.
show that body, yaddy yaddy.
No, thank you. I'm very excited though, because Matt and Jake are, Matt's at least already there. He was texting me earlier, and we're going to try to maybe meet up tomorrow night for a drink at the hotel.
Nice.
So that's what's happening, guys. Also, still covering 90 Day UK over on the Supercast and Patreon as well. All right, now we can talk about these inmates, okay?
Okay.
Um, the reason that made me think about Queen of the Con was because we said inmates. I was like, Jen Shaw. Okay.
Good job. Mm-hmm.
Love During Lockup, season 4, episode 5, question mark, Spies and Lies.
Mm,
All right.
mm,
We got to open up with where the show opened up was with Renika.
mm. And the
So
same damn wig. Are we gonna
I
see a
know.
new wig?
Well, I was hoping maybe we'll see one when they're back on for Love After Lockup, maybe, right?
But I saw the same damn wig.
I know, but maybe, okay. Well, yeah, and I know
Damn.
this time she had like a part in it, and I
It
think
was
like
bad.
dyed to
It's
be
lift.
her scalp color.
She had a lot of bad shit going on. That wig is starting to lift and everything.
Yeah,
It wasn't cute. Yeah.
wig court's in session,
Yeah.
y'all.
Yes.
So we open with her. She's sitting there with her friend Ray, and she's asking Asante about the girls on Instagram. He's like, now, why are you calling me getting mad about bitches I don't even know? And she goes, well, you like the post and you put like the eyes on it. And I was like, I think she meant like
Mm-hmm.
the heart
The hard
eyes.
eyes. Yeah.
I had to think about it for a minute. I was like, what's she talking about?
Yeah. Hard eye emojis.
And she says, now you get out in 2 days and I'm already having to worry about this. And he says the most love after love during a life after lockup line we have ever heard ever, which is, baby, 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 listen,
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
love you. I don't got nothing going on, all right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Look, okay, I can do 2 babies, but once you go over 2 babies, that motherfucking lying. He is lying to you. Okay?
He's biding his time. Baby, 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 baby,
Yes, he is trying to think
baby.
hard on what to say next.
And Ray from the background goes, oh my God, you're so full of shit. And he
Mhm.
goes, who's that? Who are you? And then he goes, listen, talking about Instagram, he goes, I'm not the post detector. I can't goddamn make them stop posting all that shit. And
Yes, you can.
yes, you
Yes,
can.
you can.
You can
Very
block them.
easily.
It's
Yes, you
easy.
do.
And Ray goes, do you think she believes that? Do you think she believes that? And he goes, if she loves me, she'll believe it.
And that's all it
All,
took.
all it took. And he's like,
That's
bye.
so
He's like,
sweet.
mwah, 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 blowing kisses. And Ray goes, you're blowing kisses like those bitches on Instagram. This ain't right. This ain't right.
And Renika just fell right back into his trap. She was the equivalent of to my man. Thank you to my man. Just like he's like this great, amazing guy. He can't possibly be. I don't think she cares if he's lying or not. So I don't even know why she charged him up. Bitch, you gonna believe whatever he says?
She doesn't care. She already said. She
Yeah.
knows he's probably having relations with other women on the internet, and she doesn't care
Mhm.
as
She's
long as
gonna
he
still
marries
chase
her.
that.
Mhm.
Long as she's just gonna keep chasing that dick across state lines.
Across state lines. That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Yep.
Oh boy. So Ray says, Renika, you're just getting into the same relationships you've been in before where people just gonna cheat and use you. And Renika goes, well, he told me we're gonna get married, but
Ugh.
I am taking heed of what you're saying. And Ray's like, oh my God, like pass that Chardonnay.
Yeah.
So now it's the next day. And she's like, ooh, tomorrow is the day. I'm going to leave today. She's packing. I'm going to go stay at a hotel near the prison so I can be there right when he gets out. So she calls him. She's like, oh, I'm so excited to see you. And she's like dancing around the kitchen. She's got on a headband, which I'm hoping is pushing down what's happening in the front of that wig. Is
Yeah,
that what that
that's
was for?
that's to kind of melt your glue a little bit and hold it in place so your edges are flat. But it's not quite working because we saw the edges lifting on the side and in the back too.
It's not working because they're too thick, those edges.
No,
It's too thick.
it's not working because she probably needs to get it redone.
Yeah. She should have
Yeah.
got a fresh new thing before she left.
Well, her nails are not even done. Did you see? I counted like at least 3 broken nails.
She should have fixed all that shit before she left because now she's got to find somebody in Atlanta that she trusts.
Exactly. Yeah.
She doesn't. She doesn't need to trust whoever gave her that wig. Really, let's be honest.
I think she's a little bit broke, and she's spending all
Oh,
this money for this move, and probably couldn't afford to get the shit done, so she's gonna try to do it herself.
oh, okay. Well, that's a good call. So, she's like, "Oh, I'm excited." She danced around the kitchen. He says, "Listen, I got a hold on me, because I had some charges from another camp, and I'm gonna have to pay $3,000 to get out." She's like,
Mm, mm,
"Say
mm.
what?" And he goes, "Yeah, so what's gonna happen is I'm getting transferred. It's she goes, "Is it close?" And he goes, it's about 2 hours away." And she goes, "What's it for?" And he goes, "I don't know, like conspiracy to commit a felony. Anyway, I can't do anything about it." She's like, "Hold on. You got charges in prison, conspiracy to commit a
Mhm.
felony in prison,
Yeah.
and you haven't changed your ways. You're gonna get out." And he was like, "Can't do anything about it. What do you want me to do?"
This is what I don't get. If you obviously you weren't good at committing crimes outside of prison, what the hell makes you think that you're going to do it well in prison where you know you're being watched? I don't get make it make sense to me because it just does not. They're
Mm-mm.
just so dumb.
It's so dumb. And she goes, "How can I expect you to do better when you're catching charges in prison?" She goes, "And now I got to change hotels and everything. You think it's funny? You think it's funny?" And he's
Mhm.
like, "No, I don't. I'm mad about it." And she says, "Where are you getting the money for this?" Because that's going to be the
Right?
next question.
Yeah. You
Mhm,
know. Oh, yes. Most
mhm.
definitely. He expected her to cough up that money.
And he goes, "I don't know. I guess I'll call my mom." And she's like, guess your mama
Hmm.
better have some money.
Yeah. Or one of them Instagram hoes you be talking to. You better
That's
let them
right.
do a collection plate or something for your ass.
So then she hangs up with him, and so she looks up the charge sheet or whatever, and it's
Hmm.
charges for March 14th, 2022. She goes, "That says arrest date, but that just must mean the date they filed the charge." I was like, "It doesn't matter. Doesn't
He still
matter."
did it. Yeah.
Um, Here are the 3 charges: participation in criminal activity,
Hmm.
use of telecom in drug transactions,
Mm-mm-mm.
conspiracy to commit a felony from prison.
Rehabilitation fail. He
And
went
he still
there.
lost that damn phone. He got another phone right after he got caught with that phone in 2022.
Now, do you think he knew that all of this was going to happen before he told Renika, like days or
Mm,
weeks? There's no way he'd. So why would
mm.
he have her move?
Come on, Keisha. Come on. This is what every guy on this show does. It's always at the last minute. There's something like you can't come today, and then you can't get anybody on the phone to find out why, and then you got to come 2 days later. We're supposed to get dropped at the bus station, but they actually drop you at the parking lot of the Denny's. Like it always
Yeah.
happens this way. It
Yeah,
always happens this way.
you're right. I would be pissed off, and that would make me leave him alone. Because you wasted my time. My kids got to go to a new school. I don't have a car down here. I don't currently have furniture down here. My beautician ain't down here. My nail tech ain't down here. My vending
My,
machines aren't down here.
my eyelash machines are not here.
Yeah, that is rude as fuck. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is not enough to make her let him go. Are you kidding? No.
And this is the day after finding out about the other bitches.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
of it she could forgive because this is the hottest guy that's ever liked her. Okay. So she's like, I'm sure he's known and just didn't tell me. And now I don't even know when I'm going to see it. She starts crying. And
I
then
felt bad for her, though.
And then she goes, all right, now I got the judge's number. All right, let me act right. Let me act right. Let me call this judge and see what we can do. She calls it. Of course, they've disguised the voice of the judge, but she was like,
Right.
Hey, judge, this is Renika.
She had a Harvard Law School voice for this. She
Eh,
didn't have Renika from the Hood voice.
No, she was very
Yeah.
professional. And she
Yes,
was
she
like,
was.
can you explain to me what happened? Can you explain to me? So tomorrow he'll go before you and da da da. And they said, well, it's going to be up to the Wilcox prison system. And so she goes, okay, let me call them. So she's like, hey, Wilcox prison system. And they say, yeah, they're going to pick him up at prison on Monday. And then if the bond is paid on Monday, he gets released on Monday. But he's going to get picked up from prison, taken to Wilcox, where he's got the other charges. If he pays that $3,000, then he'll be out. That's what he owes. And
Now,
so
Mary
she's,
Payne,
yeah.
I got to cut you off for a second.
All right, good.
What in the brunch mocktails was his real name?
Oh, okay. So his name is Asante, but he said, oh shit,
Licitrion, Licitrus.
It was citrus. It was citrus was in there.
It was a la citrus. It was a la and a citrus. Like I said, it sounded like a mocktail.
So it's like La Citrus Asante? Or did he? Because Asante is spelled Asanta.
Yeah,
So
I have a name.
know.
My middle name's kind of like that, so I really can't say anything about him. Blame it on our parents.
Yeah.
But that first name was
it had citrus in it. It did. It did. So I think Asante must be the middle name, and then they bleeped out the last name.
Right.
Somebody go on Reddit and let us know what his full name is.
Yeah,
Well,
it's Licitrion or Licitrus or something like that. I mean, it sounded like a good name for a mocktail.
You're totally right.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
It did. And that could have been the inspiration. We don't know.
Maybe.
So, all right. So they talk about getting released on Monday. So she calls him up and she was like, oh, Asante, I got this great news for you. Don't say I'm not a boss. I'm a boss bitch. I can figure shit out. I'm getting things done. I'm making moves.
I don't play about you. I don't play about you. I don't play about you.
He's like, okay, great. What's the news? And she goes, the good news is they're going to pick you up on Monday and take you over to the Wilcox people. You get that $3,000, they're going to let you out. So I'm going to come over to Wilcox and pick you up. And then he is so mad. He goes, I'm mad at you.
He was big mad.
And she's like, why are you mad at me? I'm out here figuring things out. Like you wouldn't have known any of this.
Right.
And he's like, I'm just mad because I thought I was getting out tomorrow. She goes, listen, you're in that bitch for the weekend. Okay. See you Monday. And then she says, is the bond handled? Is the bond handled? And he goes,
that's what he thought that excitement was about. He thought she was excited because she got that $3,000, and that's why he got big mad. That's not her fault. Like,
no, in this case, she's given till she has bled herself dry. She does not need to give any more.
Now, do you think it's $3,000 straight cash or like bond money, like the 10%?
I think $3,000 is the total he has to pay to get out.
God,
so I don't think he can go in there with $300 and be like, I'll get the rest to you later. No, I think he's got to get $3,000.
That sucks.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to Letitia and Keith. All right. So she did get in with that tight shirt and those two big shoes and that tissue
She did.
top.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we see
This
her
paper
driving.
thing.
We see her driving away from the prison. And she goes, "Yeah, it was a great visit. We talked about the visit to the attorney, and he said he understands what the post-nup is, but it's just not for us." What?
She got conned by the con.
She sure did. She
Mm, mm,
sure.
mm.
It's just not for us. Like it was her decision.
Right.
And she
No.
says, also he has so much respect on the streets and from his family and in the prison. So who am I to disrespect him? I will fall right in fucking line like everybody else.
Bitch, that is not a flex.
Not,
That
not,
not
oh
a
my
flex
God.
at all.
I couldn't believe she said
Poor
that,
thing.
Keisha.
But she did. And she said it on national television for all of the world to hear.
Who am I to disrespect him? I'll just fall in line. You're married to him and you have all the money. So that's who you are.
Bitch, he don't even have his freedom. And
Uh-uh.
you're letting him tell you what to do because he has street cred and he was popular in high school. That's all that matters to her.
And his family
And gold
respects it.
teeth. And,
Mhm.
and those gold teeth. Gold teeth.
Now, somebody did write me, a bunkie wrote and said that Keith is not actually in the same prison with El Chapo and the Unabomber. It was like
Right.
he's adjacent. The El Chapo and Unabomber are in a super, super strict just for the worst of the worst. And he's not there. He's in a different building. So it was a flex that she thought it was, but no.
But it failed. It was a flex fail.
It was a flex fail. Oh my God. So she goes into her hotel room. You know what I was looking at when she went up to that hotel room, don't you, Keisha?
No, what? What were you looking
When she was
at?
rolling her luggage, you don't know what I was looking at?
No, what were you? The purse.
That fake
The
bag,
Louis.
man. That fake bag. I paused it and went right on Louis Vuitton's website and did a little search. I was like, fake, 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 fake.
Yeah, when you said that, when you mentioned the suitcase, I'm like, oh, it was the purse. Yeah,
It's the
most
purse.
definitely the purse. Yeah.
It's the purse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you guys, there's no reason to buy fake bags. Okay? You can go to Poshmark. You can go to the
You
Real
can.
Real. You can go to Everything But the House. You can go to Macari. You can go to List. There's so many places.
Yeah, it's true. Very true.
Okay.
Yeah.
So her friend Nikki calls and Nikki goes, "Hey girl, listen, you're not going to like what I have to tell you. I went out last night." She goes, "Oh girl, did you turn up? Did you have fun?" She's like, "Anyway, now I'm cool with the baby mama." Sidebar, Letitia says, "Okay, he got 3 kids with 3 baby mamas, okay?"
That's
Okay.
no.
Okay. That's
We can't do
3
past one baby
women
mama.
3 women you're going to have to deal with. 3.
No, that's awful.
And she said, and she wanted to know if I had seen the marriage license. And she told me she's not going to respect your marriage. She doesn't believe you're married. To me, it seems like she was plotting on you.
I mean, it's just, okay, so she's telling this girl, have you seen the marriage license? What the fuck do I look like going up to my friend who got married? Said, bitch, I really need to see that license, though. No one does that.
Do you have a picture of it on your phone? Do you have a picture on your phone?
Do you just carry this around? I mean, go look it up if you don't believe it, but they're together. Get over it.
We've seen it. We've seen the marriage license.
Yeah, it's real.
And Letitia's like, plotting on me, huh? She goes, listen, we got married and that's that. We did get married by proxy. We are officially married as of May 5th, 2022. Because we saw it, she signed it. And then 5 days later, he signed it.
Yeah.
Now, the last thing we get of her is a little interstitial. And this is when she tells us that she is real turned on. She has a food fetish. She likes to watch him eat.
Yeah.
And she likes to feed him, and she can't wait for him to get out. She names all the food she's going to feed him. And she says, "Oh, when he gets out, I want him to eat a bowl of spaghetti off of me." Some people are like, "Cool Whip," and I'm like, spaghetti.
Come get you some meat. So she is what Dr. Now from My 600-Pound Life tells us to stay away from. You stay away from the feeders. You know, that you have to, that's a red flag of a person. He's going to be gain 200 pounds his first year out. Because she's a fucking feeder.
So we saw Derek and Monique, and he was a feeder.
Yes.
And then now we have on 90 Day the other way, we have Mary and Brandon, and she's a feeder. She's trying to feed him in the kitchen. With a spoon, feeding him in the kitchen.
Bear pain. I don't even like to hear my husband chew.
No.
I just like his chewing bothers me. So I don't get how someone could be turned on by that.
Yeah. I mean,
Just so
Brandon was like,
odd.
I couldn't even chew one bite before she was shoving another one in my mouth.
That
And
is
she
crazy.
was literally like, I want him chubby. Yeah.
Oh man. Mm,
Yeah.
mm, mm.
So,
Therapy.
okay. So then she says, oh, just seeing him eating those hot pockets and burritos and chips. Oh, I just want to jump over the table.
Oh,
Girl.
girl. She gonna wipe her mouth with that loofah thing she had on. Let me clean you up a little bit. Let me clean you up. Jeez, I never would have guessed that she would be turned on by something like that.
But like, also, she's only there for like 2 hours. Why is he eating hot pockets and burritos and chips? Like, can't he just go 2 hours without eating?
I guess not. He wanted to
And she's
turn
like,
her on.
I guess so. He's like,
Plus
let
the
me.
gold teeth, because those make her drop her panties.
I know. I know he got the
Wow.
gold teeth eating a hot pocket. It's too much for her to handle.
Yes,
Oh
yes,
my
yes.
God. All right, let's go to Andy. Looks like somebody's been feeding him, if you know what I'm saying. I think Andy is growing before our eyes, Keisha.
Look, when he was in that car, it literally looked like someone put his head on top of Homer Simpson's body.
It did.
Did.
I
It
was like,
really
what
did.
happened? I think you need to get a
I
shirt
don't
that fits you,
know.
and then that'd be more flattering.
That's number one. Yes, those shirts look horrible on him because they just simply don't fit.
They don't fit.
It's okay to go up a size.
It's okay. Accept it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Andy's in the hotel. He's getting ready, and
Mhm.
he just has some real weird phrases. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm nervous as piss. That's not a phrase. Not a phrase. And he says, Britt and I are on thin ice, and I've been handing the golden egg, her 18-year-old daughter, who she hadn't seen in a while. Don't say you've been handed
Yeah.
the golden egg and it's an 18-year-old girl, you fucking
Yes.
weirdo.
That bothered James bad. He was like, what did he just referred to that girl as a golden egg. He goes, something's wrong with him. That boy
That's
ain't right.
that boy ain't right.
He
Ain't
no.
right.
No.
Now, he was trying to say that because he's going to the prison with
Right.
Gracie, the 18-year-old daughter, this will be good for him. Now, you and I questioned why Gracie could not change her visit because she had
Mhm.
made it with him, because if somebody dropped out. Now, we said
Right.
we've never heard of that. Now, another bunkie wrote me. We
Mhm.
had a lot of bunkies with prison experience, and I appreciate this.
Yeah. We even have
They
a
wrote,
lawyer bunkie now too.
we have
Who,
lots of lawyer bunkies.
yeah. Well, one of them sent in that email and she broke some things down
Oh yeah.
for
All
us
right,
a little bit too. Yeah.
let's talk about that after Andy. I
Okay.
forgot about that.
Okay.
So, okay. So this bunkie wrote and said, if somebody is a minor and you've done this, then you can't change it. And I said, this girl is either 18 or 20. I can't remember. She's the oldest one. And I remember she's
Right.
of age. And then she wrote back, never mind. Okay. So he says, my daughters have been through a lot of the same trauma as Brittany's daughters since their mother was a drug addict. And
Mhm.
he's just walking around waiting for Gracie. Is she going to come? Is she not going to come? Maybe she backed out. Of course she comes. Okay. Gracie arrives. She couldn't be cuter. Couldn't
She's
be
very
cuter,
cute. Yes.
but real quiet, super quiet. She's
I felt awkward just watching. I'm like, so what's your zodiac sign? It was just
and then she didn't wear her
quiet.
seatbelt. Like she fastened it and like sat on top of it. And
It was no worse than how he had his on.
well, that was a different situation. So she's really cute. And he goes, do you want to ride with me? Just, because it's raining. She's like, all right. It's super quiet and awkward in the car.
Mhm.
And then outside, the producer says, so, how did you feel? Like, what were you, is he what you expected? And she goes, I didn't expect, well, I don't know what I expected. That's all she
Not
said.
Andy.
That's all
Yeah.
she says. That's all she says.
Yeah.
So they enter the prison. After 2 hours, they come out. And he says, yeah, I don't know exactly what happened. Like the visit went well, but at one point I did have to get up, go to the bathroom. When I came back, they were talking real low and then they
Mhm.
stopped. And I wonder like what was said because now she's not talking to me in the car. And I wonder
Right.
if Brittany said I was like, no, she hasn't seen her mother in a really long time. She just
Yeah.
visited her in prison on drug
Yeah.
charges. She's traumatized.
That was
Nothing
a lot.
to do with you. It's nothing to do with you.
But he makes everything about him except for like Good parenting. He doesn't make that about him at
Great
all.
point. So then mom calls Gracie in the car and she's got the phone up to her ear, but we can hear it.
Right.
And mom's like, did you get comfortable with Andy yet? So weird.
Like,
He's sitting right
it
there.
was, why would you call knowing he's right there and ask her that question? Like,
Yeah.
why? Well, she's
And
not
she,
parent of the fucking year either, so.
well, that's true. And she goes, not yet, mom. I mean, I don't know. I think it's gonna like hinder our relationship or something. I don't know. I just don't
I
want to do
don't know
this
what that was
anymore.
about. Yeah.
And then she hangs it up. She's like, I don't want to, this guy, I don't want to do this. So then Brittany called after Gracie drives off. Brittany calls Andy and he goes, yeah, I don't know. Like she's pretty quiet and she didn't really want to talk to me and she must be shy. And she goes, well, Gracie worked last night and she's tired. And this is like a brand
Mhm.
new situation for her. And
Yeah.
she's also really reserved and doesn't share her feelings, childhood trauma.
And she
Um,
didn't want to fucking talk to your ass. How about that? Add that in there
she's
too.
never met you,
Well, they
you
could have
know?
just why didn't they just meet at the prison?
Yeah. Well, because then they couldn't like film it and they had to like do it in that parking lot,
Yeah.
for filming and everybody signed a release and whatever. And he says to Brittany, he says, well, do you feel better now that we were able to see each other? And she goes, yeah, but with Gracie there, we couldn't hash anything out. And he
Right.
goes, listen, I want to apologize to you for any misunderstanding and miscommunication we had about my daughters. And then he tells us, I did have a real bad divorce, and I guess my daughters viewed me as going to work, being traumatic.
No, see,
No.
he's such a liar because he said it himself that when he
Mm-mm.
was on the road, he would come back home. He wouldn't be happy at home.
And he'd leave.
Like you would leave. He cannot keep up with his own lies. He needs to just tell a lie, put it in a box or a Rolodex, so he can go
Mhm.
back through and say, "I already told that lie. Let me change it up." I don't under. And what about the part when they were going to the prison and he's like saying something like, I know I look like I used to be a cop. No, you don't. You look
No,
like you
you
used to
don't.
make donuts. Like
Yeah.
nothing about
Mm-mm.
your boss says you used to be a cop. He thinks too highly of himself.
I agree. He thinks I'm such a badass former cop. If being a
Yeah,
cop is so
no.
badass, why aren't you still a cop?
We gonna find out the truth.
We're going to find out.
Yes, we are.
So, he guesses his daughters just viewed him as going to work as traumatic, but he didn't know they needed to work on their relationship, but he knows now he needs to work on it.
Mm.
And then we see her, prison interview, and they say, they ask her a question. She goes, listen, I love Andy, but I have a hard time trusting him, and my 4 kids are everything to me. So if he can't win them over, I will pick my children. Well, thank you.
Well, you haven't picked them ever before. Like, you became part of the streets,
It's no time like the present, girl. No
I
time
guess
like the
so.
present.
I guess so. That prison time.
All right, tell me about that email because we got that email from that bunkie and I was doing 6 things. So I forwarded it to you and I said, this is your job. Read this and tell me what it says. So tell me.
So she was basically, going over some of the things that, we were fucking up and guessing about. Like, for
Mhm.
example, the low, medium, high security
Okay.
prison systems. It
Mhm.
really doesn't have anything to do with your crime. It has more so to
Oh.
do with your behavior.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Okay.
she was saying that my husband, he's at that prison because he probably was acting up at other prisons.
Okay.
And so whenever, I think we were talking about Chris, like, why did he get moved from one state prison to another state prison? They do like a trade to see if this person will rehabilitate better in this prison system because they're not doing very well over here.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, okay, that made perfect sense because we didn't get it at all. Like, why does it matter? She said you could actually be a murderer or a rapist and be in low security because of how you behave.
Really?
So we were thinking you had to be, if you were a murderer, you would go to the maximum, the high security place because of your crime. But she says it doesn't have to do with your crime. I was like, that's interesting.
You guys, if you have any prison tidbits to share, please
Mm-hmm.
send them to info@pinkshadepodcast.com or if you send it to mp@pinkshadepodcast.com, I will get it. Because when you DM it to me, I take it in, I get it, and I absorb it. And then 25 minutes later, it is gone. But if you send it to me on email, I can read it and then I can forward it to Keisha and also make her read it. And then we have 2 pairs of eyes on it.
Yeah, because we keep basing things off of like when I did time. You know what I mean? And
Keisha,
it differs from person to person, Mary Payne. Okay.
Keisha, stop.
And
You got me with that one time, and you're not getting me again. You guys, Keisha has never been in prison, and she keeps trying to act like she has.
I used to be, my life was on the streets. I was
No,
part of the streets.
no, girl. No, girl.
The suburbs.
You're a social worker in the
My,
burbs.
and my favorite band is Coldplay. Yes, I'm
Okay,
not from the streets at all. No.
stop. I mean,
Yeah.
come on now.
Mhm.
Come on. Looking to budget your food expenses for the back to school season? Get more bang for your bite with America's best value meal kit, Every Plate. Every Plate is 25% cheaper than grocery shopping. That's right, no hidden fees. You can count on great value week after week, plus only pay for what you need with the pre-portioned ingredients. You guys know how much I hate cleaning the kitchen, and it's so amazing when Every Plate shows up and they give me exactly what I need, nothing extra. So when dinner is over, I can actually sit down and watch my programs, okay? They also have this thing called dinner to lunch dishes, which is cook once, eat twice. These are tasty feeling meals for dinner and lunch the next day. Each recipe is carefully crafted to ensure the ingredients can be easily repurposed so you don't feel like you're just eating leftovers. Plus, save time making lunches on busy weekdays. There's nothing I hate more than making lunch on a busy weekday. I'm not even kidding. If I have to go downstairs and make lunch, sometimes I just don't do it. So with Every Plate, you can save time making lunch on busy weekdays and do most of the work the night before. So try new favorites such as sweet soy chicken tacos. Oh my gosh, guys, I've had that. Delish. Chicken stir fry. So you make the chicken tacos at night, and then the next day you have chicken stir fry. You guys, it's genius. They have another one, chicken sausage flatbreads, which my husband loves, plus tomato pasta for the next day. And there's more. And there's just a slight upcharge, and this is for a limited time only, but definitely take advantage of that. So make the sustainable choice this August. Every Plate offsets 100% of their delivery emissions, and their meals have 31% lower carbon footprint than the average supermarket meals of the same portion. And all of the material, well, nearly all of them packaging materials are curbside recyclable in most areas in the US. You have to check your area, but we put all of ours in the recycling, and it makes you also feel good about that. All right. So get $1.49 per meal by going to everyplate.com/podcast and entering code 49pinkshade. Get started with Every Plate for just $1.49 per meal by going to everyplate.com/podcast and entering code 49pinkshade. Okay, you got that? Everyplate.com/podcast and enter code 49pinkshade. That's up to $110 value. All right, so let's go with Brittany in Richmond, Virginia, and Key Rock and EB. Okay, EB is scary looking. I'm just gonna say it. I'm sure EB is a nice guy, but he's scary looking.
Now I have a question. Did we
Okay.
ever get it confirmed that EB is female to male transitioned?
We do not know that. We do
So
not know that.
we don't know exactly
I don't know.
what
I
EB's
just
sex is, EB's gender is.
we do know that EB is
Male.
self-proclaimed male. So we say
Okay.
him. I don't know if
Right.
they met in that community or what.
Okay, gotcha.
All I know, EB
Identifies for sure as male.
identifies for sure as male and uses he pronouns, and also is
Right.
just scary. It's just kind of scary.
Yeah, my mom called me because she was watching at the same time. She's like, "What is wrong with his hair? Is
I
that
don't
red
get.
on the tips?"
Yeah, yeah,
It
and then
is.
so sometimes he pulls it into two, and then sometimes it's the four, and I'm like, is he trying to make dreadlocks because that's how you got to start, or is that just a look that he's
I
going
think
for? Because
I think that's his look. Just like that Burberry scarf and that Burberry shirt are part of his look.
yeah, he's into
Yeah.
a label. Yeah,
He's just scary. Like that is I'm gonna walk on this other side of the street, and he doesn't
how come?
smile.
And how come everybody on this episode is driving a Mercedes?
What are we not doing right in life?
I
I
mean,
was like, what are we not doing right? Because we don't. I mean, was there like a like an auction or something for Mercedes for
It's a
people
sale
getting
at the
out of prison?
Mercedes store.
What
Yeah.
is going on here?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Brittany's headed to school and
Mhm.
EB is tailing her. And he is saying he
Mm-mm.
does not trust her at all. And the producer says, producer obviously in the back seat goes, so do you think she knows you're following her? And he goes, no, no. Well, you don't think the production team and the 12 GoPros on your dashboard is an indication that, and then they got a production team set up directly across the street from where she parked? Now, come on
Oh my
now.
gosh.
Come
Oh.
on. And so she goes into school and she gets chastised for being late by Miss Cece. Now, Cece's name is Consquilla, but we're going to call her Cece.
Quesadilla?
Consquilla,
Quesadilla.
Consquilla, Consquilla. Okay.
What was her mother thinking?
Well, I don't know. She liked the name Constance. She liked a Illa on
And
the
Keela?
end.
Okay.
Cruella. I don't know. So
Yeah.
anyway, Consquilla runs this Miss Cece's Beauty Academy.
Mm-hmm.
So she tells her, she was like, I've got your head all ready for the hair that we're doing. She's like, but you can't be serious about a career if you keep coming in late.
Right.
And she's like, yeah, I got stuff going on. I had to stay at work late and I got things going on. And Cece goes, everybody here has got stuff going on.
Right.
And this is your last strike or you're going to be dismissed from the program. She's saying it in front of everybody.
She must
So
have
then,
been late a lot.
a lot. Yeah.
But her bangs were banging.
Yeah, her haircut's real cute.
Her bangs were so freaking cute. I'm like, do I want summer bangs? But I
Her
can't do
bangs are
summer
cute.
bangs. They're
She's got real
very cute. Yeah.
So she takes Cece and they go to the back and she was like, listen, I really am sorry about being late, but I really need to do this. I really need to be in school. I've only been out 6 months. And Cece tells us, she goes, she can't use I got out of prison as an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
I have another student in here who just got out. And I know that Brittany thinks I'm coming down hard on her, but today is her last day. I won't do this with her anymore. Like, I mean, obviously she's trying to train her like in a job, in school, in
Yeah.
life. You can't just be late. You've got clients,
Yeah. And she's young. Like, if she gets off at 3:00, I mean, let's say school starts at what, 9?
Yeah, she only needs about 5 hours sleep. She's
I
young.
mean, but you're 22. That's all. You don't need much. I
Yeah.
mean,
Sleep
I think
later.
I think there's something else going on because she kind of has dead eyes.
Oh, I hope not.
Have you noticed that? She kind of has
She
dead
does seem real
eyes.
tired. She seems real tired.
She does. Like out of it almost.
Allegedly. So,
Allegedly. Yes.
so then, let's see. So then we see Brittany go to work. She works at a bar called Barcode, and EB is stalking around outside like a real creep. And he goes inside to see Brittany, and she's like, "Wow, I didn't expect to see you here," because the cameras were set up pointing at the door for someone to walk in. And he goes, "All right, so hey, how's your love life? How's school?" And she goes, "Yeah, everything is good. I got in trouble because I've been late to school because I work so late and I've been working so hard that makes me late for school." And he goes, "You need to be telling Keyrock the truth about everything what you're doing." And
Okay.
she goes, "Well, what do you think I'm doing?" He goes, "Where do you go when you're not at work or at school?" And she goes, I'm at my house, I'm at school, I'm at my job, but I have certain friends. I go to see Shayla and Alexandria. Shout out Alexandria. Whoop, whoop, Shayla.
Whoop.
She goes, I go to see Shayla and Alexandria, and then I have 2 friends from school that I hang out with. And it's like, my schedule's
What?
not the same every day. I don't know. Why do I have to tell you?
That's what she should have started off with. She goes, "What do you do in your spare time?" "I be minding my own motherfucking business. That's what I do."
What do you do in your spare time, EB?
Yeah. Instead of like following me, right? Where is your job, EB?
You have,
Like,
yeah. You have a job?
yeah. How did you get that Mercedes?
You
How
need to
you paying
pay for some
insurance
new
on
hair.
it?
Yeah.
Quickly. Yeah.
So she's like, my schedule's not the same every day. Like, what are you trying to insinuate? And he's just like, gives her like the eye. And talking head, she goes, yeah, okay. EB and Keyrock are like following me around because, okay, I cheated. But in my mind, we were completely broken up
They were.
because he had cheated on me.
Yeah, and broke up with her.
And broke up. And so now I'm being followed around. And then we see EB outside and all his fake Burberry and goes, I don't know. I don't trust her. Brittany's sneaky.
I think EB's jealous. I don't know if
Oh, could be.
EB is jealous because EB wants to be with Key Rock, or just jealous of the attention that Key Rock gives to Brittany. Is
Mm.
jealous of Brittany, but there's some jealousy going on there.
It could also be a money thing. It could also be that EB is invested in some of his laundry situations with Key Rock, and he wants to make sure Brittany's not taking the money or whatever.
Well, he
You
needs to
know?
be discussing that with Key Rock. Because
Well,
Key Rock can do whatever he wants to with his money. If he wants to give his money to his girl, I mean, he's giving his sugar mama money to his girl.
that's right. I forgot about that. That's such a
So,
good part of the story. I totally forgot about it.
mhm.
All right, let's go to Smiley Pants Savannah.
Oh God, do
Um,
we have to?
Smiling Savannah. She's just happy, happy,
That's
happy.
her face
Happy,
is
happy.
punchable. It's just punchable,
She's just so happy.
but it's fake happy. It
Well,
is
yeah, oh,
like,
it's really masking something dark underneath for
yes,
sure.
totally. And I'm willing to bet that when she was in high school theater class, she never got the lead role. The lead role. I think she was always an understudy of the person who did the curtains, stage crew.
She's always on the second row of the chorus. Yeah.
Yes, she was the third row. Yeah.
Well, listen, she is the director of operations of Performing Arts Company, and she's an actor, so give her a break. Okay?
No,
Don't
I
don't
can't.
don't shit on her craft. All right.
Not her craft,
So,
just her. Just her.
all right, speaking of shitting, she says, um, oh my God, like I'm driving to go see this guy Tim, and I get so nervous. I get so nervous. When I get nervous, I have to poop. I'm scared I'm gonna poop my pants.
Oh my gosh.
All right, girl,
Yeah.
relax. It's TMI.
But
It's TMI.
well, relax before you poop on yourself with all that crazy laughing that you're doing.
God.
Ugh.
So she's like, it's great because I'm getting to meet Tim. And, I don't know anybody that knew Jake before prison. And I only know him after prison. So I'm meeting Tim, who's only known him before prison.
Mhm.
So Jake doesn't want me pushing myself on his family. So he gave me this guy.
Push you off on his friend.
She said he doesn't want me pushing myself on his family. This is the girl you want to marry? Okay. All right.
He don't want to marry her.
No, he doesn't.
Mm-mm.
So she goes to this kind of a dive bar to meet Tim. Now, Tim is a short king in a white undershirt, tank top, wife
Uh-huh.
beater. Okay. And you can tell he's
His cleanest, dingiest wife beater.
yeah, it was. I was like, Tim, you put on a shirt. You're being filmed.
Something.
So she sits down. She's like, hi, I'm so nervous. I'm Savannah. Hi. It's crazy because I've never met anyone who knew Jake before prison. And he goes, yeah, I knew Tim since I was 10 years old, but, I haven't heard from him in years. Like, I don't know what the fuck this is about.
Watch it. What makes me think, well, why did Jake hook them up?
I don't
Because
know.
it seems like they haven't talked since he's been in prison, which has been, what, 6 years?
And Tim is not like his best friend that they talk every Sunday and he's spending money on his
No.
books and he's going to visit him. He hadn't talked to this guy in years.
I think he just pushed him off on her so she would fucking go through Waterloo, talk to someone, and leave his family alone.
Yeah. Go talk to my buddy from when I was 12.
Right.
So she goes, so I just wanted to ask you, like, do you know how he got started with his history of, let's say, bad choices? And he goes, no, like, I really don't know that. And she goes, so like, when you guys were like running around and stuff, like, who was the ringleader? Was like he the ringleader? And he goes, you know what? I'm not comfortable with this. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and then I'm gonna go smoke.
I
And
think
so
if there would have been a window inside the bathroom, he would have escaped there. But he's like, fuck, now I really got to go through the front door. Got to pass her up and everything.
that was hilarious when they show him come out of the bathroom, walk right past her.
Yeah.
And she says to the producer, this is so suspicious. Like, why don't people want to talk about Jake? Why don't people want to talk to me about stuff? Is it me? Is it Jake? Like, what is going on?
And
meanwhile,
in this
he's outside
situation,
smoke.
it's hard
Yeah.
to tell which one it really is because clearly no one wants to talk to her because she's her. But obviously people are a little bit afraid of Jake. We just
Yeah.
haven't figured out why.
Right. That's
'Cause
exactly
that dude
it.
looked spooked when she started asking. She started
Yes.
asking questions without even telling him why she was asking the questions. Like, I'm trying to do this for Jake. I'm trying to get him out early.
Yes.
Maybe you can help me out. She
Yeah.
went straight to, was he the kingpin? He's
Right.
like, thinking, bitch, are you trying to get me killed? Do you know? I know who Jake from the street. Jake is from the street. He's about that life. You trying to get me killed.
Yes,
That guy was
totally.
scared.
He was scared. And
Yeah.
so he goes outside, he's sitting on the curb smoking, and he's talking to the producer who has on like cargo pants and like 23 things clipped on her pants. I was like, this girl is doing the Lord's work out here. She's got headsets and mic
Yeah.
packs and oh my God. So he's talking to the producer and he goes, I got real uncomfortable with those questions and I just don't think I can do it. I'm really sorry. I don't think I can do it. I got to go.
He
And
said,
he
fuck you
leaves.
and your Amazon gift card. I don't need it. I got
I,
to go.
I can't buy another 4-pack of these undershirts. I got to go. I got to go. And he leaves.
Yes, he did.
And their producer comes inside and is like, he left. And she's like, what? So then in the interstitial, she shows us her Jake binder. And she's like, I just love him so much. Okay, here's all the letters. And she's flipping through. Here's all the letters that he's written me. And here's all our prison photos. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. I just love him. And he's worth it. Ugh. We've got to find out why everybody's afraid of him. Why is everybody afraid of him,
they're
Keisha?
afraid of him. I don't know. Maybe it's because he was in prison taking photos with like the heart-shaped hands. Like, that creeped me out. I'm like, dude, you're supposed to be throwing up gang signs, like not the heart-shaped hands. Like, that was weird.
All right, so we know that what he did was he broke into the head drug dealer's house. There was a gun, blah, blah, blah. That's what he's in prison for. It's obviously like a federal crime, probably. So do we assume that he was probably the head of another drug organization and that that's why they broke into that house? No one was killed. But
We don't know,
got to be some
Tim wouldn't tell
high-level
us.
shit. It's high-level shit.
We don't know
right?
because Tim wouldn't tell us. Tim said, fuck this, fuck you, fuck Jake. Please lose my number immediately. But you know she's going to text him and call him again.
He's like, I'm not out here trying to get popped in these mean streets.
Yeah.
I am not. No.
Yeah.
The mean
That
streets
wasn't fake scared. That was real scared. Waterloo.
So she lives in Iowa City, but he's from Waterloo. Waterloo. Okay. Sorry. Every time. All right. Let's go to Jade and cross.
I have gossip.
Jessica. Oh, tell it.
So, while they're on TV bragging about all this money and all the shit they got, he's behind on his child support by $26,000.
Okay, I saw that. Do we know
Yeah.
how many kids?
I think I saw 3.
Ooh!
Yeah, it was 2 or 3, but I think it was 3. Yeah.
Okay, well, he's 39. He's been in prison like 12 years.
Well, he made some babies before he went in.
So, because they've been married for 5. They've been together for 6. So, okay. I did see that. And then I read under it, it was like, because his money is protected by the tribe,
Right.
it's a whole different government system. And so they can't garnish his wages like the IRS could or whatever.
Which is fine. But you have a wife who is very well capable of spending your money. Send the child support money.
Yeah, no, it's not fine that they don't garnish their wages. That's not fine. If he owes child support, then the tribe should garnish his wages just like the government would. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, yeah,
he owes that money, and the tribe is who's paying him, and that's his government.
Right.
It's a whole different system. So it's not okay. Yeah. They need to see that he's back on the shot. And are these kids also? Was this from a woman he was married to or with that was also in the tribe? Or was an outsider like a super awesome influencer like a Jed?
She looked pretty blonde and blue-eyed to me.
Oh, you saw some pictures of the girl.
Oh, yeah. There's a picture of her. I'll have to send it to you.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah. She looked more like you.
Oh,
than
so
Native American.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful, drop dead. I had the heart eye emojis, underneath her photo and all that good stuff. So, but I'm pissed off that he doesn't tell Jade, hey, I need you to cut this check. Or if Jade were a better woman, she'd be like, hey, I know you got kids. Tell me where to send this money to.
Right. Because I'm sure he's not telling her the truth about that. And that
Probably
could be
not.
another reason that the family's so pissed off at Jade. Like, he owes all this money to these children that we're
For these
related to,
kids.
my nieces and
That's right.
nephews, and they need to
Uh-huh.
get paid. And so, but
They do.
let's hope Jade doesn't know this. Um,
I
so
have a feeling Jade knows.
all right.
I don't think she
So
cares.
Jade and Jessica are in the car, and Jess says, "So, what did you think about all those questions they were asking you? Like, they were sort of invasive, and like, what did you
Hmm.
think about them asking you about the prenup?"
Right.
And Jade's like, "It's crazy because we've been together 6 years and we've been married for 5 years, and I'm obviously not with him for the money because I could find a guy with money. Okay, look at me." So
Wait, what
she
what was going on in that car? Why did it look like Monique and Derek in that car? Why did Jade look like she was 8'5"? It was comically like big
You're
and
right.
little.
They did look like Derek and Wendy in that car. I think she is like super tall and her sister might be super short, but it was
But
like maybe the sister had pushed the seat
noticeable.
way back so she looked real tiny.
She needed to push it all the way to the up because to the dashboard because that shit looked fake. It was so bad that
Uh,
it looked fake.
that is
I'm like,
hilarious.
oh
Yes,
boy.
yes, that it was yep. So then they get in the hotel room and she calls Chris and she's got two pictures of Chris by the bedside table, one on her side and one on Jessica's. Jessica's like, I gotta wake up and look at this guy. Come
That's
on
so
now.
weird. I hope that's for the
At least she didn't
cameras.
bring the cardboard cutout, the full size.
Thank
Yeah.
God. It couldn't fit in the back seat behind Jay because she was so humongous. There was no space.
Now you know
Jeez.
that once that got kicked into the pool and ruined, she was like, "Don't worry, I have another one."
Another one. Almost. She's got like 5 of them in her closet. Backups and different outfits and shit.
She puts one in the bed with her. All right, so
Right?
she calls Chris and tells him, "Yeah, I had that visit with your family at the park, and they said they're concerned with how flashy I am on social media."
Hmm.
And he says, "Well, it's not just money that I got from the tribe, but also money I invested in stocks. And it's not my fault if they're mad I doubled my stock money."
Okay.
Come on.
Mm,
What are we talking about
yeah.
here?
I don't think. I think
No.
he's just saved up money because he's been in prison for so long.
I think he's done something nefarious to get some money. And I don't think he's a financial genius that's investing in stocks. He's
Let's
not
not
Warren
judge
Buffett. I
Chris.
mean,
He might. He might. You
okay,
never
I am
know.
going to
He
judge Chris. I just did.
might. Chris the con.
So Jessica goes, "Yeah, like, let me have that phone, okay?" So, yeah, like, they were digging and asking financial questions, and they think Jade's a gold digger, and they even asked if you guys had a prenup. And Chris goes, "Listen, I don't give a shit. Everything, the house, the 2x2, the 5x5, the 4x4, the truck, everything, that really ugly couch with the cup holders, everything is in my name. Everything."
And Jay
And
took it the wrong way when he said that.
you think she took it the wrong way?
Yes, I do. Yeah. I think she
Okay.
took it I took it as she can't be a gold digger because none of this stuff is hers. It's all in my name. So,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think she took it the total opposite way. Like, you're just gonna take this stuff from me and it's not gonna if it doesn't work. She was dumber in this moment. And I don't
Okay.
her eyebrows keep getting closer and closer together in
Mhm.
her interview. I don't know. The face keeps changing.
It's a lot of blush. It's a lot of blush. You know how I feel about it. It's a lot of blush.
And I love a lot of blush.
I know you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took it as what he meant. Like, everything's mine. What the fuck? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Um, but I think that because you're in love with Chris and you understand him, I think that you understood what he was saying. I
Mm.
think you got a real hard on for Chris. I do.
I just don't. I mean, I like a man who's a little obsessed with his woman. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah, you
And
got one. You got one of those in your house.
yes, yes, we do. Lord, do I
Yes.
ever? It drives me crazy. And I mean, I don't mind that he gives his girl $12,000 a month either.
But you do mind that he's not paying for those kids.
Yeah, now that bothers me. It,
Yeah.
it, it bothers me, and I'm willing to bet during that scene with the nieces They
Yeah.
had to have brought that up.
And we just didn't
There's
see
no
it.
way. And we just
Yeah.
didn't see it. There's
Yeah.
no way. They didn't bring it up.
So, she goes, "So, like, what does that mean? Like, you're gonna divorce me and take everything and, like, kick me to the curb? Like, what? I've got 2 photos of you right here on my bedside table, Chris. Oh my god."
This is real love. It's real
Oh my
love.
god. So that's the end of the episode. But then we get next time on Love During Lockup.
Mm-hmm.
Jade says, I mean, if Chris screwed me over, I'd literally be like homeless.
You
Okay, that's
would.
right, because he owns your
Yeah.
home. Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
One of Letitia's daughters says, he's like, "Hey, what's going on with you?" And she doesn't answer. And then she tells us in talking head, she's like, looks like she's like 12, 13. She goes,
Mm-hmm.
"Keith worries me. He went to jail for a
Oh,
reason."
man. Straight out of the mouth of babes.
Not great. Not great.
Nope.
And you've got mom in here like, "He's in the jail with El Chapo. It's so cool." Now, Brittany's on the phone. Brittany and Key Rock is on the phone. And she was like, "A fight? Well, where the hell's Key Rock?" So we don't know if Key Rock was involved. It got put in the hole and it's not coming out. Like, we don't know. Now, Savannah talks to Jake. And she says something. He goes, "Well, I told you not to do that. And when it blows up in your face, it's going to be all your fault." So what did she do? She went and knocked on his. She went and knocked on the front door.
Yeah, she did. She did.
Like,
totally did. Yep. She can't help herself.
"Hi, it's Savannah. Hi.
I know you didn't answer my phone calls, or you have me blocked on your phone and all social media. So I figured that meant you wanted to meet face to face. So here I am, weirdo."
Oh my god! And then we see Renika waiting for Asante, and of course he's not there. And the person's like, "We don't know what to tell you, girl. He's been released." And she's like, "What? I'm going to call the judge." She's standing and it looks like a truck stop parking lot.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
But they do this on every
They
freaking show. They make us think the person's not coming out, and then we gotta.
Yeah.
But we don't know because she is on Love After Lockup, so we don't know.
Yes, she is.
If he's going to get
gets
out.
released.
If he's going to get out until next season.
That's right. Yeah.
Because that's what they did with Juju and Montana Mills.
Who are refusing to show us their baby.
Okay, she had to have had that baby, right? It's got, or the baby's 5 weeks overdue.
Yeah, exactly. They're just not showing us the baby because they've got all the fucking power.
But okay, so do you think that they're saving to show the baby because they're probably filming the birth and everything for Love After?
For Life After. That's what I'm thinking.
Life After, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Just to tell us the damn baby's here. Just give us that.
What's the baby's name?
Yeah. I mean, we know about little Charlie. We haven't seen Charlie's face. You know, that's Aries and Cameron's baby.
Yeah, he posts some stuff, and just as per usual, I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Because he calls her a baby killer and he's OG killer?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think you need to call your baby killer. I think it's a baby, and they don't need to be labeled a killer.
You know what she probably has? He already has her little gold gum things because she don't have no teeth, so he got her gold gum things to pop in and pop out.
Oh, so it's like a chew toy for babies when they get that chew stuff, but it's like a grill, so she can chew on it. She can look like she's got a grill.
Yeah, that would be cute. So Cameron.
Oh my god, so Cameron, so cute. Well, listen, I hope the best for him. I hope he's doing great in his customer service job. I really actually do, even though he bugs.
He did.
He does.
I think he has a certain charm about him.
I know you do. You love him and you love Chris, and it's just real confusing.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. All right, what's going on over on the Libra Lounge with Keisha?
New episodes dropping today because today is Monday. So you got to tune in to see what I'm running my mouth about. Britney Spears is getting a divorce.
Yeah.
I think that guy's seen some things. Oh, has he seen some things? I think we all went a little bit too hard on the Free Britney movement.
Yeah. Yes and no. Yes and no.
She needed some of the freedom.
Yes.
But she needed a little bit more guidance.
That's right. Freedom. I think that's a wonderful way to put that.
Yeah.
And I do know someone in Mississippi that has worked for her quite a bit.
What?
As a interior designer.
Why are we not interviewing this person?
I've asked, and it's a no. It's an NDA situation.
NDA. God dang it.
She also did a couple of Justin Timberlake's homes.
What?
Also an NDA situation. Um,
Wow.
all she will say to me about the Britney Spears thing is she was
Mhm.
around during the Kevin Federline era.
Ooh.
All she'll say is the conservatorship was needed.
Yeah, I bet.
And if you think the dad is bad, you better take a side eye look at the mom because you know better.
That's what I have been reading. I've read over the last
Hmm.
couple of years. That Mama,
She's
what's her
not so
name?
great.
Mama Jamie, I think that's her name. That's
Lynn.
pretty bad. Lynn.
She's
Where the
Lynn
dad's
because
name is Jamie.
that's right. That's
Okay.
right.
Okay. Somebody was named Jamie. Yeah.
Yeah, we got the Jamie and we got the Lynn. So we got Jamie Lynn.
Jamie Lynn Spears.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. Yes.
The
Yes.
brother the brother is Brian.
Yeah. And Brittany's
Brian.
Brittany Jean.
We got Brian, we got Brittany Jean, and we got
Hmm.
Jamie Lynn.
And I don't think Brian fucks with the family very much at all.
Oh, I think he does.
You think so?
I think he's very aligned with his dad. Yeah.
Oh,
I
poor
believe. I
people.
mean, last time I checked, he still lived in Jackson and he
Oh,
was out on the town. Of course,
poor
that was
Brittany.
probably 15 years ago, so he probably lived somewhere else. I don't know why I'm acting like 15 years
Perhaps.
ago is still fact.
Yeah, yeah. But he probably lives in the same damn place. No, last time I heard he was living in New York.
Okay, well, that's better. I think they all are getting money from her
Yeah, I
from
agree.
her earnings, and that's not right. So
No.
yeah, I agree. I think some of all that should have been fixed, and some of it she
Hmm.
could still use a little help.
I agree.
And I love how on this Instagram post she's like, "I've been silent and I don't share anything." I was like, "Girl, we
What?
literally seen your vagina last week. Like, what are you talking about?"
Yes. And your bad hair extensions and your twirls and your
Just
refusal to use eye removal makeup.
and just dance, dance, dance right in the foyer. Dance, 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 dancing in
Yeah.
the foyer,
But
trying
but
on clothes from
but
Shein. Yeah,
that tummy is staying flat though.
her body is banging.
Banging. Yes, it
Nobody can take
is.
that body from her, girl.
No, they cannot. Nope, 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 nope. Mm-mm.
All right, so you're talking about that over on the Libra Lounge.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, everybody, please follow Keisha on the Libra
Mhm.
Lounge with Keisha. That's a podcast. That's also an Instagram. And
Yes.
for us, I told you at the top of the show what's happening this week. And also, please follow at Pink Shade Pod on Instagram. And you know what? If you like this podcast, if you like Keisha's podcast, any podcast you like, you should leave
Mhm.
a 5-star review. And you could leave a couple of
Absolutely.
sentences like, "These ladies are funny," or something like that. It's
Yeah.
nice. It helps
Mhm.
other people find us.
That's right.
Yes.
That's
And I
right.
try not to
Yeah.
say it every time because it gets annoying, but once a month I try to remind people, just click that 5
I
stars.
I say it every single show.
Oh, you do? Okay. Well, I
Yes,
try
I
not
do.
to bug, but it still helps. It still
I'm a
helps.
bugaboo. I'm a bugaboo.
That's a good song. All right. I will talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Ads not read by me, Mary Payne, don't necessarily reflect the views of Pink Shade. If you'd like to listen to ad-free, you're going to go on over to Supercast or Patreon, and you can find the links to Pink Shade Prime at pinkshadepodcast.com.